Welcome back to the Real Worker. Anthony here. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this Japanese Tanto knife with a black palm handle, brass blade guard, and an 01 tool steel blade. If you want to see how I made this knife, stay tuned and I'll show you how. The first thing that I did was I sketched out the design of the knife onto a piece of 01 steel that I had. After I had my design sketched out, I used my angle grinder to cut it all out. After I cut it out, it had a lot of burrs on it, so I used my belt sander just to knock off all the burrs so that I could hold it much easier in my hand and not have a risk of it cutting my hand open. Then I took my angle grinder and knocked off all the corners on the tang, and now I'm back at the belt sander here, and I am shaping the tang into a generally circular shape so that I can later fit it into the handle that I make. After I had the final shape of the tang, I was ready to start shaping the finger guard out of brass. I drilled a pilot hole in the brass so that then I could fit my blade for my scroll saw in, and I used the smallest blade that I had to cut out the little section in the middle. After I did that off camera, I finished up the hole with some little files that I had. And now here you can see the knife start taking shape and the blade and the unfinished blade guard together. Then I finished up shaping the blade guard off camera using my belt sander and some files. After I had the rough shape of the blade shaped out and the blade guard made, I was ready to start beveling the knife. And I don't have any fancy jigs, so I just did this all by eye and by holding it at a consistent angle and dipping it in water to cool off the blade every once in a while. After all the beveling was done, I was ready to heat treat the blade, and I just made this little makeshift forge using some bricks and my map gas blowtorch blowing heat onto it, and I heat treated it with motor oil. After that, the blade was nice and hard, but it's a bit too hard, and if I would say I dropped it on the floor, it would just break. So I am polishing it up right here so I could put it to temper and bring it to a temperature where the metal will flex, but it will keep an edge and stay sharp. And before I put the blade to temper, I took measurements of it and I drilled holes in this piece of black palm that I had to start shaping the handle and make it fit to the blade so that while it was tempering, I could go ahead and form the handle and know that I have all the measurements correct. In order to shape the handle, all that I did was I clamped the block of wood in my chuck and I just knocked off the corners and then I sanded it. After I had this all done, it looked rather nice. And all that I used was some wax finish to finish it up, and in this shot, all three parts are finished. So I was ready to glue it all together with some epoxy, which again I unfortunately didn't film. Alright, and that's how I made this Japanese Tanto knife. Personally, I think that this is the best knife that I've ever made, and I put a lot of time into making this knife, and the results were in my favor. So anybody who's not subscribed to my channel yet, I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel because I try and release a video every single Monday. It might not be as complicated as this knife, but it's usually a woodworking project, or at least a shop update video. And everybody else who subscribed to my channel, thanks for watching, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to put out very many videos lately, but I should be back on track in the next couple of weeks. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.